What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the road to glory. I almost said the best team in FIFA, I saved myself. Relax, panic over. Woo-wee. It's actually really, I'm sweating, I'm actually sweating. It's so hot in the south of England right now. It probably is hot in the rest of England too, but I'm in the south of England, so I'm just saying it's so hot in the south of England. My team is on the screen, guys. I said, I said if I get the same output of games, wins, or an average the same output of wins from this team, then I will build fun teams for the rest of Foot Champs, and I promise I hold to that. So far, after today's games, I can't remember exactly where we finished, but it's not great. It's not great. So I'm almost definitely gonna from next week onwards just build fun teams, because why not? You know what I mean? Why not? Anyway, guys, if you could drop a thumbs up on the video, it would be very much appreciated. Enjoy the gameplay at hand. I've got some comments. The first comment, which I did talk about in a previous video, but has so many thumbs up that I guess we'll address it first on the video so the majority of people that watch can hear, listen, and we'll title it about this as well so people know my viewpoint on this. It's from Pankaj Jagakante. What a great name. He says, hey Nep, now that reportedly Cristiano Ronaldo is going to leave Real Madrid, what will that mean for FIFA 18? In the trailer, he is there with the Real Madrid kit. Will they change the trailer to his new club if he joins? Anyway, keep up the sick content and the channel that you have created. Well, thank you for the kind words, dude. Like, it is just that, dude. It is just reports. Until Cristiano Ronaldo himself or his agent with a public statement from Cristiano Ronaldo says, I want to leave Real Madrid, it's just papers, magazines and websites selling papers, magazines and websites. They're just there for your clicks, for your reads, for your purchases, and nothing else really. I could write an article, I could make a YouTube video saying Lionel Messi desperate to leave Barcelona. Doesn't mean he's desperate to leave Barcelona. So until Ronaldo himself says that he wants to leave Real Madrid, I wouldn't even trust it anyway. As an Arsenal fan, I learned very quickly through the glory years, which obviously are a long time ago, but through the glory years I learned very quickly that speculation is just that. There was a good 5 years in a row that Vieira was desperate to leave Arsenal, and then he never did until that 1 year he said, this will be my last year for Arsenal. And he gave his all, and then he moved on to Juventus. Thierry Henry, every single year was linked with the biggest clubs in Europe until eventually he said, this will be my last year for Arsenal. And then he went to Barcelona, then went to MLS, and then he came back to Arsenal. It was the same. Fabregas, every single year since Fabregas became as good as he was linked with every other club under the sun. Juventus and Real Madrid and Barcelona. He was linked with them all, and he never moved until he came out and said, this, I want to leave. The same with Robin van Persie. So off the back of that, I wouldn't necessarily look into this and think that he's going to leave. However, if Ronaldo does decide that he wants to leave, and he does leave Real Madrid, it will create a marketing nightmare for EA. Not only would they have put him into the game in the journey, and would have, like, the journey would have already been built, like they would be polishing it off right now, but the fundamentals, the basics will already be there. So it will cause a huge lot of issues for EA with the journey. In terms of the cover, it won't be a problem, because instead of having him in a Real Madrid jersey, they can Photoshop him into whatever new club he goes to, or even worst case scenario, they can Photoshop him into an EA kit that has no club affiliation and put him on the jersey like that. That's not a problem on the front of the cover. That's no big deal. But for the journey itself, it's a big marketing disaster if Ronaldo leaves. However, for Cristiano Ronaldo and his management team, for Real Madrid and for EA Sports FIFA, you can only imagine that if Ronaldo was unhappy at Real, EA would know. Would he knowingly go into a contract where he's like, hey, let me go into this, knowing that I'm probably not going to be at Real Madrid, and let a video game pay me millions and build a game around me being at Real Madrid and then leave Real Madrid? I don't see that happening. My gut instinct tells me Cristiano Ronaldo will remain at Real Madrid for the next several years. That's my gut instinct. That's my feeling. Next comment is from 2552 Maya. He says, hey Nep, what do you think about a feature within Ultimate Team Every time you add a chem style, instead of losing it, you can rotate between the chem styles. The same goes for position changes. I can't begin to tell you about the hundreds of thousands of coins I've lost due to changing chem styles or positioning. This isn't really game breaking and would help and benefit everyone. Well, it would, but it wouldn't. And the reason being is because of exactly what you said. You've spent hundreds of thousand coins. I've spent hundreds of thousands of coins. Everyone watching has spent hundreds of thousands of coins. Imagine if you take the millions of people that play Ultimate Team and take their hundreds of thousands of coins. You are talking about hundreds of millions of coins being removed from the market because of these position changes and chem styles. It's for me personally, for a selfish reason, I would love it. But what you would see is you'd see excess coins on the market, which would drive player prices up, or it would change the shape of other consumables within the market, and it would actually have a negative effect on the game. I do think that EA need to do a bit more work on the consumables market and how things interact and such, but in general, I don't think, as I say, from a personal point of view, from a selfish point of view, I would love this feature in the game. The amount of money I've spent on chem styles is crazy, and position changes, and like you, we are talking about hundreds of thousands of coins. However, in the overall grand scheme of the game, it would have an adverse effect on the game, in my opinion. Stephen McCafferty says, it's a bit of a long one, so I'm going to try and read through it fast. Nep, I would like to hear your opinion on price ranges and whether a couple of years ago on You Like Them Now. I did read that right. On price ranges and whether a couple of years ago on You Like Them Now. And I would be interested to hear if you want them to stay in the game permanently or go when coin selling is minimal or even for a new game. I think the initial backlash and rant videos they have produced at certain times, I think they personally have been a good thing. Would make it better if price ranges were updated more regularly so players didn't go extinct and then drop below a price like Semedo. Overall, I'm looking for you to give your opinion if price ranges should be permanent or remain temporary. Keep up the good work and on both channels enjoy the content. Well, thank you for the kind words, dude. When price ranges first came in, I was promoting coins, but I was angry at price ranges not because I was promoting coins, because I thought they were bad for the game. I actually think they're good for the game. You know, FIFA 15, Cristiano Ronaldo, 99 Ronaldo was 15 million coins. Yep, coin selling was at its heights, but one thing for sure is if EA remove price ranges, coin selling will come back massively, very easily. There's already a big coin market now as well, even in FIFA 17 there's a huge coin market. Not as big as it was in FIFA 15. FIFA 16 was the best year for no coins. It was also one of the deadest years of FIFA in a long time. And FIFA 17, there is a big coin market. It just hasn't been because less high-profile YouTubers promote coins now. You know, think of people who used to promote coins all the time. Myself, Zwayback, Itani, Bateson. I think Itani still does promote coins. Yeah, Bateson. I know Jesse moved off of coins for a while. Skills used to promote coins and doesn't anymore. Matt HD Gamer used to promote coins and doesn't anymore. Like, a lot of the big high-profile YouTubers don't promote coins anymore. And there are still some high-profile YouTubers that do, but generally speaking, it's the mid to low-range YouTubers that promote coins now. So because of that, there's a general feeling that coins just aren't around anymore, but they are. They are around, and I don't encourage you to go and buy them, but the industry is absolutely there. It's around. In terms of price ranges, I think that price ranges are good for the game. Like you, I wish they were updated a little more often. I wish price ranges. What I would like is a kind of like a moving market based on prices. So if a player's price is increasing, EA should have something where it automatically increases the price range. And then, of course, you could manipulate that I could go and buy lots and lots of players for cheap and then list them for higher. And then all of a sudden his price range goes up. People think he's worth more. Maybe, you could manipulate the market like that. But generally, I think more updates would be great. But I think price ranges are good for the game because they give you a thought process and a base value of how cards are going. For example, the Izquierdo that I bought for my Road to Glory, I bought him for 45k. I talked about him on stream, I talked about him in a video, and he went extinct at 85k. If there were no price ranges, he would have started selling for 2, 3, or 400,000 coins, which is way above what he's valued at. So price ranges did a good job, even though he went extinct briefly. He's back on the market now, about 70,000 coins. Like, his price ranges, kept him at a value that he should have been at. And I like that. I really like that. So, yeah, I like the inclusion of price ranges, and I hope they stay. Jack Monsieur says, hey, Nep, I commented this a few episodes back. I'm so hot, by the way, guys. I'm like, literally, like, dripping of sweat here. This is absolutely mental. how hot it is in this room with these lights. You can see the red face and everything. It's crazy. I commented this a few episodes back. I was wondering if you could do a Draw My Life. I think this would be really interesting, as this is an interactive series. Really great content for the past few years. Keep it up. Well, thank you for the kind words, Jack. When the Draw My Life thing came about and everyone and their dog was doing a Draw My Life, I'd considered doing a Draw My Life. The reason why I chose against it is because there's two main reasons that come to mind. Number one, I don't remember a lot of when things happened for me. You know, I don't have many mementos as a child, and that is because of number two. But for number one, like I moved homes, I moved schools a lot. I don't have a timeline in my mind of this is when this happened and this is when this happened because of number two, which is so much shit happened to me in my life and so much in general happened to me in my life. I was moving around a lot. Me and my brothers and sisters and my mum were homeless for a few weeks before we got put up into government housing. I've just generally been through a lot, and so one of the main reasons was because I don't have like a timeline of what happened and when, and number two is because I've been through so much crap that, like, a lot of my growing up and a lot of my childhood years were bad times. They were, negative experiences in life. What I've achieved now in life and what I've been able to provide for my family because of you guys is above and beyond anything I was ever imagined that I could achieve in life. And because I went through so much crap as a child growing up, and I've talked about a lot of it on through videos and on streams and stuff before. But because of so much of what I've gone through, I don't want pity. I don't like pity. I don't like people to feel bad or feel sorry for me or give views or likes or anything like that or feel like they need to be nice to me because of the things that I've been through, because that's just not who I am. You know what I mean? So another one of the reasons why I didn't do a Draw My Life is because I just didn't want to share those negative experiences. I didn't want to share that bad side of my life to try and almost manipulate, emotionally manipulate people to like me or like my videos, because that's just not who I am or what I'm about. So that's why I didn't do a Draw My Life, dude. Let's take one of the short comments. Everything Arsenal says, I've opened so many packs and got no Calcio A team of the seasons. I've opened quite a lot now, probably about 25. I didn't show them because they were so terrible. There's no point putting them in a video. And I'm so hot. And I've got just Fazio. However, I get linked every 3 to 5 minutes on Twitter of another big player. Like 4 people in about a space of about 5 minutes linked me getting 2 players in one pack. One guy got Alexandro and Gigi Buffon in the 7.5k upgrade pack. What? Castro got 2 Dries Mertens back to back. He had to discard one of them, but he got Mertens back to back. Literally one pack after another immediately. Mertens. And I got Fazio. I don't know what to say about that. Thavish Walters says, hey, Nep, can you please make a team of the season Russian league? I played with Zubia, and I personally think he's one of the best cheap cams or strikers in FIFA 17. And he can also link well with striker Promes and Smolov, and also team of the season Mario Fernandez is a brilliant right back. Loving a brilliant right Mario Fernandez. Maybe not. I'm thinking of someone who's the cam, but loving the content, keep up the good work. Well, thank you for the kind words, dude. And yeah, as I said at the start of this video, and as I think I remember saying at the end of this video, because I've done the live portion already, next week I'm going to be I'm going to be building a team for every 10 games, I think, unless I really fall in love with the team and keep it. I'm going to start building more teams. I want to use more players. I've got so many coins on this account. I want to use a lot of players. I want to have a lot of fun, and I want to just generally enjoy FIFA. And I felt like this weekend league, I haven't been enjoying FIFA that much, and not just because of the results. I'm actually doing alright in the results. I'm on target for elite after today's games. Whether or not I hit elite is going to be here nor there. I'm not going to stress over hitting elite. Look, if I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. I don't mind. If gold 1 is my jam for the rest of FIFA 17, so be it. I've already made so many coins throughout this year that those extra maybe 100 to 200,000 coins that I might make through getting elite instead of getting gold 1, I'll just take those on the chin and understand that I won't have the 99 Ronaldos and the 98 Higuains and so on and so forth in this team. But generally speaking, guys, I'm happy with where this account is. I was looking back on the FIFA 16 Road to Glory the other day and just looking at some of the videos and stuff. I had nothing compared to this. Nothing. We had a good team by the end of it. We tried a lot of team of the seasons, and the funnest time of FIFA for me last year was coincidentally the deadest time of the year for everyone else. When everyone else was hating FIFA because of Chemgate, I was loving it. And it's the same for me this year. Now that all the team of the seasons are out and about, I love playing with all the new cards whilst everyone else seemingly hates it. Anyway guys, this is going to be the end of the gameplay for now. I believe that puts me on 15-5 or 15-4, I can't remember, 15-6, I don't know. That's the end of the gameplay, let's go live. So dudes, after 20 games we find ourselves 15-5. Could be a little bit better, but I think this team has shown me once again that it's not the team or the formation. I'm the problem. I'm just not good enough. That's the truth of the matter. The bottom line is, I'm not good enough. There was a couple of games here today where I should have done better. The dude that I lost to on penalties, very disappointed in that loss. That just should have been a win. And then obviously the disconnect loss as well should have been a win. And then the other 3 losses, one to a top 100 dude, one in yesterday's episode. I can't even remember the other loss, to be perfectly honest with you. But I'm going to see it out. I'm going to use this team for the full 40 games, much like I did with the 5-3-2. I want to use it for the full 40 games just to try it because, you know, you have swings and roundabouts on Weekend League. And at 15-5, I'm on target for Elite. Let's not forget that, you know. I just need to win 14 of the next 20 games. That's 7-3 out of 2 sets of 10. That's easily manageable. It's not the most difficult thing in the world. Saying that, obviously I've had a bit of a rough Saturday so far. The worst player in the team for me at the moment, there's 2 players I'm not enjoying. One of them is Torres, and that is because of his stamina. So you get 1 attribute card this Weekend League. I think what I'm going to do for the rest of this Weekend League is give him a physical attribute card for the rest of the weekend. So we've got 4 here. This boosts him up to 99, which gives him 99 stamina, and may well be very, very helpful. That's the hope. That's the plan. On top of that, I'm not overly impressed with Dele Alli. 24 games, 2 goals, no assists. Isco, who's playing the other side of the midfield, 42 games, 7 goals, 5 assists. And then Kante, who's playing at CDM, 24 games and 6 assists. So Kante has a better output than Dele Alli, despite the fact he's playing at CDM, not centre mid. So I might start playing Dele Alli at cam, and Christian Eriksen at centre midfield. Although I absolutely love Christian Eriksen, 10 goals and 12 assists in the 24 games he's played for me so far. I might try it out. I might try playing Dele Alli at cam for a bit, just to see if I get a better output from him. Because right now he's not performing, and it might be wise for me to go and sell on Dele Alli and buy any version of Paul Pogba. I could sell Dele Alli and go and buy the best version of Paul Pogba, who I think is going for about 900,000 coins right now. Let's go take a brief look at him. As you can see, I'm down to 660 for coins. I've spent a bit on those packs. I didn't really get anything. 890 there. Let's set it up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then let's like 8. Let's see what we've got at 850. If there's any 92s here, so there is a 92 Paul Pogba there for 850. That seems like it would be the going rate, I guess. 850 to 870. Oh wow, he's the only one there for 850. That's a shame I don't have 850k in the bank, because that's 40k lower than any other Pogba. If he's there and he's been there for 3 minutes, more will be listed. That's obviously a more accurate price for him. So I might look at getting Pogba at some stage. But as I said, I really want to give this team the 40 games. I want to just try it out for the 40 games. And if it fails me, it fails me. If I don't get elite, I don't get elite. If I finish gold 1, so be it. You know, if I've decreased as a player over the year, so be it. You know. Hey, we've had a great run, right? We've got a lot of good wins, a lot of good results. We've had a great run. So what if we decrease? So what if I'm not good enough to get elite? I've done the best I could. That's all that matters. So that's what we're going to try for the rest of the weekend league. In terms of foot champs for the week, we're bang on halfway through getting to elite. Or well, another 15 wins would see us on 30, which is 1 win more than we need. In terms of foot champs for the month, we are bang on where we need to be. We've got 70 wins out of 100, and we need 70 more wins out of the next 100 to get Elite 1. So, hopefully, that will happen. I would love to get Elite 1 this month. I think it would be big. This, though, dudes, is going to be the end of the video. Probably a shorter episode, only 7 games of gameplay. So, yeah, probably quite a short episode today. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace!